Good evening, everyone. All right, the Clayton County Board of Commissioners meeting is now called to order. The date is July 1st, 2025, and the time is 6:00 p.m. At this time, we will move to roll call. District 1. Here. District 3.
Present.
District 2. Here. And District 4.
Present.
All right, thank you. Next, we will move to item number 4, adoption of the agenda. I need a motion to adopt the agenda at this time. And are there any items that need to be moved to the regular agenda as well?
I move that we adopt the agenda.
All right. Can I get a second?
Second.
All right. Is there any discussion at this time? All right. Are you ready for the question? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Next will be our invocation. Yes. Did you want me? Oh, okay. All right. Next, we will move on to, I'm sorry, I went to the adoption first. I'm sorry. Next, we'll go into our invocation and our pledge of allegiance to the flag. I'm sorry, y'all, I skipped it. But that's fine. We adopted it. We good? Can we go? All right, we good. All right, and so, I'm sorry. Our invocation will be done by Ms. Evelyn Nieves, and she's the apostle of Nación de Atlanta. Nación, okay, I'm getting it. Nación de Atlanta. All right, thank you. All right, and then we will stand up for our pledge. Would you please stand for our invocation first? All right.
So I wanted to make an announcement, since Clayton County is a county rich in diversity, and we have residents from every corner of the world. Tonight's invocation will be presented in Spanish and English.
Dios le bendiga a todos. Gracias por la invitación.
God bless everyone and thank you for the invitation.
Para mí es un honor poder estar en esta reunión
It's an honor to be in this meeting,
representando al Padre.
representing the Father.
Yo sé que Dios tiene planes maravillosos con
And I
ustedes.
know He has marvelous plans for each one of you.
Padre nuestro que estás en los cielos,
Heavenly Father that's in heaven,
te doy las
I
gracias
give you thanks
por esta reunión.
for this meeting.
Padre, tu palabra dice
Your word says
que tú estás en medio de los príncipes.
that you're in the midst of everything.
Y en esta hora, Padre,
And in this hour,
aquí hay una reunión muy importante.
there's a beautiful, important meeting.
Y tu palabra dice en el libro de Daniel
Your word says in Daniel
que tú das sabiduría,
that you give wisdom,
tú das instrucciones.
give instruction,
Y en este día,
and in this day,
este grupo
this group,
está buscando tus instrucciones,
in your
tu
instruction,
dirección.
your direction,
Y yo lo creo.
and I believe,
Y yo declaro
and I declare
que hoy
that today
va a ser un día diferente. Un día donde tu misericordia, tu amor, tus instrucciones se derraman en este lugar.
pour out in this place.
Padre, gracias porque tú bendices esta reunión.
Thank you because you bless
Y
this
yo te pido
and I ask
que tu sabiduría,
that your wisdom,
tus
your
instrucciones
instructions
van a ser derramadas y yo lo creo.
will be poured out.
Bendice este lugar con tu presencia.
Bless this place with your presence.
Que todo lo que se hable en este
That
lugar
everything that's spoken
seas tú moviéndote.
be you moving.
En el nombre de Jesús, te doy gracias, Jesús,
Give you thanks
por tu amor,
for your love,
por tu misericordia.
your mercy.
Te doy gracias porque tú bendices este lugar.
Thank you because you bless
En el nombre de Jesús, guíalos en todo lo que emprendan en este lugar. Dale la guianza.
Give them the guidance.
En el nombre de Jesús el Mesías, yo te doy gracias y bendigo este lugar y a cada uno de ellos.
Each and one of them.
Amén.
Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so we've already done the adoption. Next will be item 5, presentations and proclamations. The first presentation will be for the Veteran of the Month from Senior Services, Veterans Advisory Board, and the next proclamation will be for the where Clayton County recognizes July as Parks and Recreation Month. And so that will be given by to the Parks and Recreation Department from Chairwoman Dr. Alika Anderson. Board members, will you please come to the front for the proclamations? For the veterans. Oh, he's not here. They're not here yet? Okay, we can still move on to our next one, which will be for Parks and Recreation.
Clayton County Board of Commissioners recognizes and honors the month of July as Parks and Recreation Month. Whereas July is National Parks and Recreation Month, a time to celebrate and recognize parks and recreation program across the nation and highlight the Clayton County Parks and Recreation Department as an integral part of our community. And whereas Parks and Recreation improves health and wellness by promoting physical and mental health by offering outdoor programs, exposure to nature through various activities, and access to swimming pools, athletic programs, and walking trails. And whereas Parks and Recreations promotes time spent in nature, which positively impacts mental health by increasing cognitive performance and well-being, and alleviating illnesses such as depression, attention deficit disorders, and Alzheimer's. And whereas Parks and Recreation supports child development, education, and community engagement through programming such as youth sports, environmental initiatives, and out-of-school activities, this honorable organization encourages physical activities by providing space for popular sports, hiking trails, swimming pools, and many other activities designed to promote active lifestyles. And whereas Parks and Recreation contributes to the economic growth by increasing property value, attracting tourism, and fostering local business development. And whereas Parks and Recreation, a place for children and adults to connect with nature and serve as essential spaces for environmental conservation, ecological beauty, and resilience against natural disasters and climate change. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Alika Anderson Henry, Chairwoman on behalf of the Clayton County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proudly recognize and celebrate July as Parks and Recreation Month. Let us come together to appreciate the beauty of our local parks, participate in fun activities, and recognize the vital role these spaces play in enhancing our quality of life. Today, we acknowledge the numerous benefits and resources that Parks and Recreation provide. Every citizen is encouraged to explore your parks, try new activities, and support initiatives that keep our community vibrant and healthy. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of Clayton County, Georgia, to be affixed this first day of July in the year 2025.
Because they handle a lot of things throughout our county. Also, the Parks and Rec Board is up here tonight. Where's our board chair? Our board chair. Mr. Chairman, please come up to be recognized. And let's also give the Parks and Rec Board a round of applause. Thank you. Did you want to say anything? Sure, I'll say something.
They're bringing the mic.
I'll let the board chair speak.
I can surely do that. I want to say thank you first and foremost to the staff for all the work that they're doing on behalf of the residents of Clayton County. Our parks and recreation are better than ever. If you've traveled the county, some of the things that you'll notice is that our playgrounds are spaces where our children can enjoy the space in a way that's better than ever. We have brand new playground spaces, and that's a credit to staff, all the work that our commissioners are allowing for in our communities, and also the programming is improving day by day. We're just appreciative of the work that you all are doing, and I'm just proud to be on this board with my fellow board members seeking to make Clayton County better than ever.
Okay, I'm Nicole Horn. I'm the Parks and Recreation Director, and I just want to say to the board, thank you all for your continuous support of Parks and Recreation, but mainly to my team, I just thank you all for all the work that you do and the work that we will continue to do here in Clayton County. So we are committed and we will continue to enhance the quality of life for the citizens here of Clayton County. We will continue to strive to increase the economic development or economic efforts here in Clayton County, because parks do have an economic value. And then in the spirit of the National Parks and Recreation Association, we just want to say, as our theme is, let's build together and play together.
All right, y'all, and give it up one more time for the Parks and Rec team, too. Woo! Thank you all for all you do. Thank you.
He's here?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this month we have our favorite veteran of the month. As Clayton County Veteran of the Month, we with our deepest appreciation, we hereby honor Officer Eric Bell II, U.S. Navy, for your dedication, sacrifice, and service to our country. We salute you because the sacrifices of a few ensure the freedom of many. A grateful community, excuse me, y'all know I got that teacher voice. A grateful community remembers those who served in the armed forces of the United States of America during times of war and peace, whose courage and personal sacrifices defended and preserved our freedom. Mr. Eric Bell, thank you for all that you do. He's a state representative, and he was the person that was very instrumental down at the Capitol in doing our first Clayton County Day at the Capitol. So let's give him a round of applause, not only for his service, but for all that he does for this community. He is truly deserved of this award today. Thank you. He over here, he's crying, he's crying.
Thank you all. First of all, it gives me an honor and privilege to serve this country as a naval officer, following the footsteps of my grandfather that served in the North African front in World War II, my uncles that served from the Korean War and on, and to serve my brothers in all arms of service. And also, it's a very honor of mine to now serve as the District 75, preserving freedom not only on the home front, but here on the domestic front. Resist, resist, resist.
Thank you. Before we get started with public comment, we have some visitors here today. I do see Judge Wright Hill. Would you please raise your hand to be recognized, Judge? Also, we have State Representative Sandra Scott. She's here. We have Maggie Martinez with our Democratic Party who is here today as well. Please stand to be recognized. State Representative Eric Bell, one more time, please stand to be recognized as well. Are there any other public officials that are here? Judge Fox. Where's Judge Fox? Okay, you over there in the corner. Judge and Judge Sylvia Fox as well, our juvenile court.
Oh, that's right.
Where?
City Council Riverdale.
City Council Riverdale is here as well. And is Yasmin Neal here as well? Y'all hiding in the back. Y'all know I can't. Let me put my glasses on. All right. And we also have State Representative Yasmin Neal here as well. Thank you all for coming out. We appreciate you, and we appreciate everything that you all do in our great Clayton County community. Next will be public comment, and I will yield it over to our clerk.
Thank you. Citizens will be given 3 minutes, maximum time limit to speak before the board, with a total time of 30 minutes. Comments must be limited to matters on the agenda or over matters which the governing body has jurisdiction. Speakers must maintain decorous demeanor and refrain from personal attacks upon board members, shouting, and using obscene language. Please state your name and county of residency for the record. Speak clearly into the microphone, and speakers should be courteous, respectful, and not make any disparaging remarks or use abusive language when addressing the board.
All right. First on the up for public comment is Dr. Henry Anderson.
Henry Anderson, District 3 constituent and resident, unincorporated Clayton County, Hampton, Georgia. Good evening, Chairwoman Mrs. Dr. Leka Anderson-Henry, Madam Vice Chair and District 1 Commissioner Ms. Elena Reeves, District 3 Commissioner Mrs. Tasha Allen, District 2 Commissioner Ms. Gail Hambrick, and District 4 Commissioner Mr. Demond Davis. I am taking this time during my public commenting to give all 5 of you as our Clayton County Board of Commissioners, individual as well as collective, congratulations on the passing of the Clayton County government budget for the upcoming fiscal year 2026, which started today. First, congratulations goes to our chairwoman, Mrs. Dr. Leka Anderson-Henry, District 2 Commissioner Ms. Gail Hambrick, and District 4 Commissioner Mr. Demond Davis for passing the budget with a rollback millage rate of 14.579 mills, which will result in no tax increases across the board for the good and great citizens of Clayton County. District 3 Commissioner Mrs. Tasha Allen, you deserve congratulations as well for stating that we should not go with the rollback millage rate, but stay at the present millage rate for your strong vocal support that the Public Defender's Office should be adequately funded. As a constituent and a resident of the District 3, I am surprised, however, Commissioner Allen, of you abstaining from the budget vote despite your submission of Amendment Number 2 to the fiscal year 2026 budget. And even though Robert's Rules of Order state that you do not have to give a reason for your abstention, you nevertheless chose not to give a reason for your vote of abstention. Because you did not give a reason for your vote of abstention, you have opened yourself up to questioning them from your constituents and residents of District 3, which requires answers from you of whether this will be your pattern of voting for next year's fiscal year 2027, fiscal year budget 2028, and fiscal year budget 2029 that comes before you for votes during your next 3 years as our District 3 Commissioner. This question, however, will ultimately be answered when that time comes, and that if you abstain from future fiscal year budget votes, the reason will be crystal clear that your abstention is due to a conflict of interest with your husband being our illustrious Sheriff Levon Allen. And if you vote on these 3 upcoming fiscal year budgets, the reasons that you abstain, in my opinion, from this year's budget vote was due to your extreme displeasure and disgust over the passing of the budget that you did not approve of or like. Lastly, congratulations go to Madam Vice Chair and District 1 Commissioner Ms. Elena Reeves, District 3 Commissioner Mrs. Tasha Allen, and District 4 Commissioner Mr. Demond Davis for your 3 votes in opening up the budgeting process where the good and great citizens of Clayton County can view and offer their input and be a part of the preparation of future fiscal year budgets of Clayton County. As always, continue to have a very productive, great, engaging, orderly, excellent, exceptional, and outstanding rest of your Clayton County Board of Commissioners regular business meeting on this evening, Tuesday, July the 1st, 2025, and have a very happy, peaceful, enjoyable, and pleasant 4th of July Friday and weekend. Good day.
Thank you. Next will be Ms. Deirdre Coopwood.
Hey, I'm Deirdre Coopwood, and to Dr. Leka Anderson and to Commissioner Allen, the best commissioner, I'm just here to make a positive comment. About 2 months ago, there was a huge typo on my tax bill where it quadrupled, and to no avail, I wasn't getting through to anybody. And I contacted Dr. Leka's office and ended up speaking to a Miss Lavania Cooper. And
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you state your county of residency?
oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm so nervous. I'm Deirdre Coopwood. I live in Jonesboro. You need my address?
No, that's fine. Thank you.
I told you I couldn't do this. Where was it? So your secretary helped me get to the powers that be, because me calling and calling with time of the essence, they weren't able to get back with me. So I wrote an email to thank you that you got back with me timely, and I was able, they immediately corrected the mistake, but I couldn't have gotten it. I just wanted to come up here because I know you hear the gripes, but I'm a firm believer. If you hear the gripes, you need to hear the compliments. So I'm from St. Louis, and we're very outspoken. I just don't like being in front of everybody. But I wanted you to know that I was really ticked off that my name didn't carry no weight, but as soon as your secretary and your name came, they caught the mistake, and I'm just glad. that the tax commissioner saw the mistake, they corrected it, and they was able to do what I need to do. And I also want to say something to my commissioner, Commissioner Allen. I like the idea that you're very informative and that you talk to us. I'm not a digital person. I still believe in MySpace, and I never got on it. But I just believe that at 61 years of age, my digital time is I have a landline, so I wish everybody would call that. But I do appreciate everything that you do. But I wanted to come today to let you know, thank you that I do not have a quadruple mortgage, and I've been there 18 years. And I just really appreciate your office doing something. So I just wanted to say it more than an email and more than a text. And I love Commissioner Allen, all of you. I didn't address y'all. I'm Deidre. I'm forgot. I don't know the decorum, so thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cooper. Thank you. Next will be Mr. Orlando Gooden.
Madam Clerk, it's good to see you. Orlando Gooden, District 3. The June 25th budget meeting agenda did not include the details of the amendments 1 through 5 or who made them. I guess we had to pass it for us to see what's in it. If you want to make people upset, talk to them like they're stupid or lie to their face. Where is the transparency and accountability? The budget priorities should be public safety by properly funding the police, sheriff, and fire departments, the district attorney, solicitor general, the public defender's office, the courts, judges, and clerks. Safety is deterrence, arrest, and convictions. Your budget cut 39 correction officers and a budget analyst from the sheriff. You delayed his $7 million budget request, then only wanted to pay for the food services and medical care for inmates. We are a Tier 1, but this board approved increases for your travel expenses and other perks. Instead of cutting commissioners' salaries and eliminating the deputy COO's office to save taxpayers money, the chair removed Commissioner Allen from an operational meeting and interrupted Commissioner Reeves while she was asking questions about the budget and the amendments. The chair interrupted the Development Authority chairman and the public defender Douglas Smith during a work session. This rude behavior is now becoming commonplace. Incompetence and corruption is synonymous with the Board of Commissioners. There is no ethics board, but that money was approved last year. I heard all we do is complain during public comments. We do make suggestions and offer solutions. You just ignore them. That $1 million sports complex is Roman United on steroids. We've been a Tier 1 for more than 12 years, but we have a commissioner that's been on this board for 16 years. Is that a coincidence? What does a board member's vote go for nowadays?
Thank you, Mr. Gooden.
You're so welcome.
Next is Mr. Mickey Garber.
Madam Clerk, Mickey Garber, unincorporated Rex, Georgia. I see here on the agenda, excuse me, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the board, and my fellow citizens. I see here on the agenda, number 13, Resolution 2025-131, which is an agreement, a professional agreement with a company named no other than Midnight Rider Consulting for consulting and being a lobbyist to the county. Now, in my calculations, they are to receive at $14,000 a month $168,000. Let that money be spent, but only renewed if they perform. Everyone in this room has a job based on performance. And I want to, not only do I want to see performance, I want to see their faces here. I want to know who they are and what they look like.
Mr. Garber, if you turn around, they're right there behind you.
Where?
Right there.
And in the back, too.
All right, come on back before you lose your time. I just want to let you know they were here.
Now I know what they look like. And let me say, they can only keep their job if they perform and bring what the people approve of in this county. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Garber. All right. Next is Mr. Tanya Jean Funny.
Good evening, Tanya Jean Funny, unincorporated Clayton County, Chair, Commissioners, neighbors. I feel like Superwoman, changed out of one shirt into another. On behalf of the Clayton County Federation of Democratic Women, I would like to remind all of our citizens that we need to return to the polls July 7th through the 11th for the Public Service Commission primaries runoff. Who can vote? If you pulled a Democratic ballot during the first election, or if you did not vote at all, you can vote. This is extremely important also for those who have not voted in the last 2 presidential elections, because you are in jeopardy of being purged. So going to the to vote for this runoff could help to stop you from being purged from the being able to vote. So please research your candidates. There are 2, Peter Hubbard and Keisha Waits. So please research your candidates to see what they are about. You can go, they both have websites. And also, Public Service Commission, a lot of people do not know about this board, but please understand that Georgia Power is somewhat of a monopoly. We don't get to choose our utility company. So the state put this board in to help to be our voice when it comes to the rates being raised for our utility bills. So, you know, as people talk about my rates are going up, these are the people that make that decision, and we put them in office. And, you know, I'm sorry, but I got to be a little partisan right now and say that this board right now is comprised of all Republicans. And, you know, as someone that is Democrat, I would like to know where's my voice. So please go out and vote because your vote is your voice. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next will be Maybelle Rivers.
My name is Maybelle Rivers, here from Clayton County, Riverdale. I want to talk about, this is my daughter.
Okay.
And she will be speaking too. I want to talk about the...
Ms. Rivers, talking to the mic so we can hear you. Thank you.
I want to talk about the taxes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I don't get so much a month, and that's overwhelming for me. I just can't pay that much. I'm struggling now, and I think my taxes need to be lower. And you want to say something?
You it's straight up.
Go
What
ahead.
you're expressing.
Yeah, that's, well, go ahead and say something.
I don't know what to say, honey. You already expressed it straight up.
Okay, well, anyway.
Who would you like to speak to about your property taxes?
Miss Danielle.
So what I can do, Ms. Rivers, Ms. Danielle isn't here tonight. Is anybody present from the Tax Commission tonight? If not, CO, could you provide her with the phone number? And I have Ms. Danielle to call you, but I do want you to know that the Board of Commissioners is not advertising a tax increase at this time. But if you have any issues in regards to your tax bill, our COO to your right can take care of you. And did you have anything that you anything that you want to say as well?
No.
Okay.
Maybe the tax assessor's office.
And also the tax assessor's office as well. Yes. All right.
Doc, what's the young lady named Danielle?
Yeah.
She advertised that she'll be on June the 26th, but no one was there online.
Okay.
There wasn't no password or nothing.
Well, what I need you to talk to our COO, and he will direct you and get you in touch with someone from that office.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
all.
And thank you for coming out tonight. We appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Next is State Representative Sandra Scott.
Good afternoon, State Representative Sandra G. Scott, serving District 76 out of Clayton County. Good afternoon to each and every one of you.
Good evening.
I'm here this afternoon to talk about the $800 water bills that residents of Clayton County receiving under the property management of Wilhart Associates. When we heard the news, everyone's ears and eyes probably just went bam. This is something that should not be happening. Everyone in the world knows that living in a one-bedroom apartment, you cannot use $800 worth of water a month. Now, I spoke with the Water Authority here in Clayton County, Bernard Franks, and he said that the apartment complexes were paying their water bills. So therefore, Clayton County Water Authority really don't have any grounds or anything to do because they're paying their water bills. But I understand this coming from a third company, property management company. What I'm asking you all to do is to find out who that third party management company is and hold them accountable. Our senior citizens, any residents, cannot be afford to pay $1,000, $1,400 a month for rent and an $1,000 water bill under no circumstances. Our taxes are already too high. We're constantly pricing people out of a place to stay, and we must get a hold of it. I also ask that you all not do business with this property company anymore. Because if they're not going to answer their phones, they're not going to return phone calls, and they are not going to bring the people of this county help with the water bill that is, they have to pay up $800 and $1,000 for a month of water, then we don't need to do business with them. We need to look at who we're doing business with. And we need to find ways to make sure that these people are treating our people's right. Because when we all came into these elected positions, we came in to help the people. Help the people. And that is what I would like to see done. I would like to see this board help the people more. We cannot afford to constantly see our taxes going up because this is no more than what the Republicans are doing to us, raising taxes, bringing in companies, giving them all these property tax cuts, and the citizen having to pay the bills. We can't afford that any longer. I'm asking that you all get a hold of it.
Thank you, Representative Scott. Your time is up.
Thank you.
Also, before you leave, I also want you to talk to COO, Mr. Stanford, towards the back. That way, I've talked to you about it earlier today, but we're going to continue on and continue to work with Mr. Franks as well. But please make sure you talk with COO Stanford as well before you leave.
I just
Thank
want
you.
to see it done.
Yes, ma'am. Next is Lisa Tobias. Lisa Tobias.
evening.
Good evening.
I didn't know I was going to be called up.
Oh, you signed in for public comment. Did you want to speak?
Oh, no, I thought I signed the sign-in
It's okay,
list.
it's okay. So, I mean, okay.
No.
Thank you. You have an awesome day, evening. All right, next is Ms. Carol Yancey.
Carol Yancey, Rich, Georgia. October 22, Mr. Brandon Turner filed a personal slander civil suit against Anderson and Franklin, not the county. April 2025, Open Records response for calendar years 23 and 24, a total of $96,101.35 of their attorney fees being paid by our tax dollars. Malfeasance, personal gain. It appears also criminal activity involved, since illegal use of county equipment and systems, tampering and distributing sealed court documents. Bivensburg, Anderson, Franklin, and Hamburg. Open Records requests $112,227.75 in attorney fees paid with our tax dollars through May 2023. For reasons unknown, the county attorney did not produce June 23 through May 25 expenses as requested. I'm guessing another $100,000, resulting in a total of $215,000 for this suit. Now, another lawsuit, Sheriff versus Anderson, Hamburg, and Davis. Fleet Open Records response showed the Lexus mentioned by Murkison and Chairwoman was a 2016, year acquired, not provided, nor whether a forfeiture asset lien being used for sting operation. Now all criminals probably have a BOLO for the Lexus causing harm and safety for our law enforcement. Chairwoman's personal inauguration, food invoices paid with our tax dollars. Why? December 17th, J&J Catering, 2009-80 invoice, no address. December 18th, food invoice, $1,550.25. The customer, Centel Brown, Griffin, Georgia. Mr. Brown's company, HB Standards LLC, shows over $14,000 in expenses paid on the Chairwoman's 2024 campaign contribution donation report. As of May the 23rd, Brown shows as a county employee with a title legislative liaison, but never on site. Year-to-date salary, $5,636.25. So is the county using our tax dollars to pay off campaigns IOUs? Then allegedly, several commissioners gave 1,800 Slate Road county property to their favorite nonprofit organization for $1 without fair bid process and public hold board. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Yancey. You have a good day. All right. Next, well, that ends our public comment for this evening. Thank you all for coming out, and thank you for any of your concerns. If there's anything any concerns that you have, please make sure that you see, if I've sent you to our COO, please make sure that you go forth and see our COO for any answers that you may need. I also want to say, I see Dante Long, Reverend Dante, is that you back there? All right, let's give him a round of applause as well. He works within our Clayton County community. Thank you for coming out as well, Mr. Long. I would say Pastor Long. All right, next we'll move on to our consent agenda. At this time, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
All right, can I get a second?
Second.
All right, is there any discussion at this time? All right, are you ready for the question? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Next, we will move on into our regular agenda, starting with item 13, resolution 2025-131. At this time, I need a motion to approve resolution 2025-131. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you got to come up.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, and Board. Resolution 2025-131 is a resolution authorizing Clayton County to enter into a professional service agreement with Midnight Rider Consulting, LLC, providing for the terms and conditions under which lobbying and economic development consulting services will be rendered to the county, to authorize the chairwoman to or her designee to execute the agreement and to otherwise to perform all acts necessary to accomplish the intent of this resolution, to authorize the chief financial officer to amend the budget where necessary to reflect an appropriate revenue source and expense, all as may be required under the terms of the agreement, to provide an effective date of this resolution and for other purposes.
All right. Again, at this time, I need a motion to approve Resolution 25-131. I'll make the motion. Can I get a second? All right, at this time, if there's no second on the motion, then the motion dies. Thank you. All right, next we will go on to our public hearing, Resolution 2025-134. At this time, I call the public hearing to order for item Resolution 2025-134. It's a public hearing on abandoning the right-of-way located at the right-of-way of Dunn Road adjacent to the data center development. And at this time, this is a board-initiated item, so Ms. Murtako, will you please come up and present on this item?
Good evening, Board.
Good evening.
We have received a request from TA Ellenwood. They're the developers of the data center. They have acquired all the properties fronting Old Dunn Road, and they've requested the road to be abandoned. Typically, when one property owner owns all the properties fronting the road, it serves no public purpose other than the owners of the parcels. In this situation, it's the same developer or the same owner, and they've requested us to consider abandoning it where it will cease to be a public right-of-way. It will go, if approved, it will go as private property to the adjacent property owners.
All right. At this time, this is a public hearing. At this time, those who are in favor of this item, please come up and state your name and address for the record. Again, is there anyone who would like to come up in favor of this item? Please come up.
Madam Chair, I'd like to say something on this matter.
You can come up.
Madam Clerk, Mickey Garber, unincorporated, Rex, Georgia. Members of the board, on this matter, if this company is paying property taxes, that's what I want to know. If they're getting the property and they're a company that just came in here that y'all all voted for, and it's a data center, are they paying us property taxes? That is the one question in order for me to be in favor of or against. Can anybody answer it?
Well, yes.
They are paying property taxes?
They will once they construct the building. Is that the question about the data center?
Yes, ma'am. That evidently that's the people who are going to get the property.
Yes, sir.
Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Or do they pay deferred taxes? In other words, when the data center is built, are they going to be paying property taxes equivalent to people that own property and houses in Clayton County?
That would be a tax assessor question.
Well, it needs to be answered here.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Here's what I'd like to say. If they are not paying property taxes on that property, then I'm against them getting the property. If they are, so well, they should have the property, and more property they have, the more tax they'll be paying to the county. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Again, is there anyone else who is in favor of this item? Come up.
Hello.
Tell them they need to set the timer. They haven't set it.
Jordan Edwards, speaking for TA Ellenwood. So the Dunn Road is adjacent to the property there. As Mr. Tarko said, it's the only property that has adjacency that is served by by the Dunn Road. Dunn Road is essentially a driveway. It's about 20 feet wide. No property except for property that TA owns accesses Dunn Road. For a long time, it's been used mostly for dumping. So there's been a lot of trash back there. There's a warehouse backing up to it, but there's a barbed wire fence and about 20 feet of elevation change between that warehouse and the street and Dunn Road. So no one will be using it. The TA will be paying fair market value for it. Wanted to point that out too.
Thank you. Again, is there anyone who is in favor of this item? Please come up to speak. All right. One more time. Is there anyone who is in favor of this item? Please come up and state your name and address for the record. All right. Can we move on, Chuck? All right. Next, is there anyone who is against this item? At this time, is there anyone who is against this item? Please come up and state your name and address. All right. Is there anyone who is against this item? Please come up and state your name and address for the record. Good evening.
Good evening. Alexis Alexander, concerned citizen of the state.
Okay.
But I was coming, I did want to know.
State your name and your address, your address for the record, please. Your name and address for the record.
Address or county?
Or county.
I don't represent, well, I used to be a Clayton County school teacher, and I do come to the Clayton County.
What county
board
do you live in, ma'am?
Displaced.
That's fine. Okay.
At any rate, with this particular situation here, I was trying to find out whether or not they were actually going to be paying for the property, because he did make mention that he wanted, that it was wanting to be granted because it wasn't in use. So that was my biggest question, because I don't know how you just are given almost 1.8 acres just for free. You know, so that was definitely a question. I know some of us would love to have access to almost 2 acres of free land. And then I didn't get an opportunity to speak for the original one that you all had set up in the beginning. And I was trying to find out, when do you all normally cut those off, the public comments in the beginning?
They're cut off once you sign up for the public comment.
So you have to sign up.
Yes, ma'am.
What time is the cutoff time for the sign up?
Well, they bring it back about 6. Well, right at 6 o'clock, they'll bring it back.
Okay. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you. All right. Again, is there anyone else who wants to speak against this item? All right, and one more time, can we move on? Okay, thank you. All right, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the public hearing. We'll next move on to item number 15, Resolution 2025-134.
Resolution 2025-134 is a resolution authorizing Clayton County to abandon approximately 1.862 acres of right-of-way of Dunn Road adjacent to the data center development located at 4350 East Tanner Church Road between Williamson Road and Dunn Road, to authorize the chairwoman or a designee to execute any documents relating thereto and to otherwise perform all acts necessary to accomplish the intent of this resolution, to authorize the chief financial officer to amend the budget to reflect an appropriate revenue source and expenses may be required, to provide an effective date of this resolution for other purposes.
All right. At this time, ladies and gentlemen of the board, I need a motion to approve Resolution 2025-134.
So moved.
All right. Can I get a second?
I second it.
You second.
Right.
All right. Is there any discussion at this time?
I have a question.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right, Commissioner Hambrick.
Your name again, I'm sorry. Jordan. Mr. Edwards said that this was only a driveway or whatever, but it's saying here 1.8 .62 acres. So which,
I think it is the width of the right-of-way times the length amounts to 1.8 acres. Yes, ma'am.
is that a driveway?
What I mean is the width of the road is about the width of a typical driveway. So most roads are 2-lane roads. They might have curb and gutter, sidewalks even. And just pointing out that Dunn Road is not that type of road. It's very narrow. When I was there, it wasn't striped, and it only serves one property.
All right, Commissioner Davis?
Yes, and I asked this question before. What type of data center are you trying to bring?
It's a data center for cloud storage.
So is it co-location, is it hyperscale, is it an edge? Because this all goes into play to what one of the previous people got up during the public hearing and asked. One, are you paying taxes? And two, what is the impact of resources on the county? If we don't know the type of data center going in, we don't know the amount of water that is going to be necessary, we don't know the level of power that is going to be needed on that data center, we know none of that. And it's like saying, hey, I've got 2 acres here, what am I going to build? Am I building a 1,200 square foot house? Am I building a 10,000 square foot house? Or am I building multifamily living? That's going to tell us where we are. For me, and it's also an impact on the residents, each type of data center you put in must have a certain amount of distance from a resident. If we don't know that, we're in trouble here. And then, as far as taxes, have you gone to any other sources to ask for an abatement?
So this is the same data center that came through for site plan approval in the fall?
Yes, that we approved, that was approved.
Yes.
For just as the purpose of land, okay? But have you gone to Development Authority or this board to ask for an abatement?
Yes, sir. There was an incentive package approved by the Development Authority.
So in essence, you won't be paying taxes for how long?
The project will be paying taxes even during the abatement period.
The abatement period is out for how long?
Abatement period is 10 years.
10 years.
I believe. So
Okay.
it's paying taxes during those 10 years.
So what's the initial, year 1 and 2 and 3?
I'm
Do we
afraid
know?
I don't have that number tonight.
Okay. But it won't be full, it won't be a full tax payment on
Right,
it.
the abatement period, I think it tapers down for the first 10 years until it goes to nothing. I don't know the particulars of that, though. That was approved at the Development Authority just a few weeks ago.
Okay, so we don't know the type of data center, so we don't know the usage of water, the usage of power, but we do know that there's a tax abatement for 10 years.
Well, for the water, and this was discussed at the zoning approval in the fall. So this data center uses a closed-loop cooling system, which means that once it's filled up, it does not consume further water to cool the facility. So the only water that will be used is essentially in the workers' employee kitchen, and then sprinklers to keep the grass green. That's the water that consumes month to month, day to day.
All right, thank you.
All right. Any other discussion at this time?
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves?
I was actually just messaging with IT. It might be helpful for the rest of the board if we can get a visual of Dunn Road. I know that on the agenda it lists 1.862, but it is a long. Trying to explain how long the road is. I imagine if folks see 1.862 acres, they're thinking, okay, this is a rectangle, plot of land, but it is a long driveway. So it might be helpful to pull up a photo of Dunn Road.
I don't know if it'll help. I've got some on a flash drive in my pocket, but I wouldn't know where to plug it in.
They're pulling it up now.
Yes, the acreage could be misconstrued. Road waterway right-of-way is typically about 50 feet wide. So it's a long, slender piece. If you do the math, it's about a third to a half mile long road, but only 50 feet wide. You're not going to be able to build a house or anything else in it. You combine that property with the adjacent property to construct or leave vacant. Usually when we abandon a road is not sufficient width to build anything with. Does that clarify that to a degree?
Oh, that's not it.
Looks like they're trying to get there.
Yeah. And then the other question that I had, I thought I saw someone from code enforcement or refuge, but this particular road, I know the day that I went to go visit the site during the zoning process, code enforcement was at that location picking up what someone dumped an entire kitchen set along the road. And so would it be safe to say that by abandoning this road and it becoming a private road, that anyone who wanted to dump debris on that road, they would no longer have access because it's no longer a public road?
Code enforcement isn't here, but what I can say generally is that if there is private property that does not meet county code standards, then that property owner is cited for violation of the county's property maintenance code, and I'm just using that in a very general sense.
Thank you.
All right. Board members, are there any other questions at this time? All right, are you ready for the vote at this time? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Nay. So that's 3 nay. All right, the nays have it and the motion fails. Thank you. All right, next will be item number 16, board appointment to the Community Service Board. Ansel George Davis resigned from the Community Service Board. The existing terms expires on September 16, 2026. Mr. Davis, what is your pleasure?
I apologize, but I must hold this again.
Okay.
I cannot find anyone at this moment.
All
So I'd
right.
like to hold to the first meeting.
Okay.
Don't do that to me. Do that to the first meeting next month.
All right, and the first meeting will be, you said August?
Yes.
Next month? Okay.
That would be August 5th for record.
August 5th, okay, thank you. Hold this to August 5th. Next will be item number 17, board appointment to the library board. Siobhan Fleming's term expired on June 30th, 2025. The new term begins on July 1st, 2025 and expires on June 30th, 2028. Let's see, that is Commissioner Allen. What's your pleasure?
So it would be my honor today to appoint my favorite librarian, Ms. Sharnice Shaw Williams, to the library board to serve for District 3.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion at this time? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it, and the motion passes. At this time, I need a motion. Do we have executive session?
There's one more board.
There's one more.
What does that mean?
Number 18.
18. Oh, I don't have 18 on mine. Thank you. All right. Next is an appointment for the Board of Elections and Registration. Again, Gina Delaney resigned from the Board of Elections and Registration. The existing term is for 4 years, beginning immediately and expiring on December 31st, 2028. And again, Commissioner Allen, what's your pleasure?
So it would be another honor of mine to appoint a pillar in the community, Miss Maggie Martinez, to serve on the election board to represent District 3.
All right, I second that motion. At this time, is there any discussion? All right, are you ready for the question? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstention? The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Thank you. All right, let's give Ms. Martinez is here. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, Ms. Martinez, for always serving. Next, Mr. Reed, do we have a need for executive session?
Yes, on litigation and personnel.
All right, at this time, I need a motion to go into executive session for litigation and personnel.
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, in discussion at this time, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Thank you. All right, we will now go into executive session. Thank you, you all. To reconvene from executive session.
That was the motion.
Okay.
Second.
I thought you-
I wasn't
That was
correct,
quick.
no.
I ain't never seen you talk that fast. Huh? All right. All right, any discussion at this time? Are you ready for the question? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it, and the motion passes. At this time, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
All right, can I get a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion at this time? Are you sure? All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstention? The ayes have it, and the motion passes. This meeting is adjourned.